So when you get your wire, the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to want to find the center. Here is how you find the center. Take your two ends. Now be careful, these can get kind of scratchy, so we're always going to be aware of these ends and not swing them around. Then you're going to put them together, line them up, put them together, and take your hand and move it slowly down until you get a rounded portion, kind of like this. And the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to create a head. So we're going to make an X with the wire, and I'll know the head is big enough when I can fit three fingers through the head. Now, I want to take this X and I want to lock it in place. So I'm going to be using the twisting technique. So I'm going to hold onto the head, and I'm going to hold with my other hand, I'm going to hold the two legs of the X, and then I'm going to twist in the opposite direction. So this hand's going this way and this hand is going this way. So let's see how that does. Twist one, and you can see that's got a nice little twist in there, and twist again. So now I've got two twists, and this definitely locks it in place. Once is not enough. So let's pause here and you can catch up. Next, we're going to make the arms. So think of this as one half of the body and this is the other half of the body. And the first thing that we're going to do, so this little twist is our neck. First thing we're going to do is we're going to split it horizontally. So it looks like this. Now again, be careful of your ends. Make sure that they're not near anybody's eyes. And then what we're going to do to try to figure out how long to make our arms is what I like to do is I like to use the palm of my hand, and I'm going to lay it right on that neck. I'll use the palm of my hand and lay it right on the neck. Then I lay down my longest finger, and for me that's my middle finger. So I'm going to lay it down right on top of the wire. Then I'm going to take my other hand and twist or bend the wire back on top of that middle finger. Then I move my hand out of the way. So that way I've got this nice little bend here. Now, in order to lock it in place, I'm going to have my hand hold it. I'm going to have my main hand, my dominant hand, twist it. So my helping hand is going to hold it, and this is going to be my twisting hand. I'm going to twist it two times. Two times locks it in place. 1, 2. If you want to do it a third time, just for safety, just to make sure, you can, but don't twist it 1,000 times in case you have to undo it. Now, here's the tricky bit that we cannot forget. So this arm hasn't been done yet, but this arm has. I don't want to accidentally make an arm out of this piece right here. So this piece that got twisted, I am going to bring it down and out of the way. So this is one arm done. Now I'll do the same thing to the other side. All right. So I'm going to take my hand and I'm going to place it down on the neck. Now this is my other hand now. So when I did it the first time, I was using my left hand for the right arm, and now I'm using my right hand to do the left arm. I'm going to lay it down right on top of the neck. My longest finger is smooshing down that wire, and I'm going to fold it back on top of my hand. And this hand, get it out of the way now. Its job is done. And then I need to lock it in place. So I'm going to grab the arm with my pinching fingers. I'm going to grab where the hand would be, and I'm going to twist. Who remembers how many times we twist? 2 or 3 times just for safety. So 1, 2, 3. Now, don't forget, the rest of this wire needs to go down out of the way. So at this point, you should have one head, 2 arms, and 2 dangly little bits of wire. So let's pause here, make sure we're all caught up. All right, so once we have our 2 arms and our legs, it's time to get the body in place. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take these 2 legs and we're going to make an X. Now, how far do we make the X from the shoulders? Who remembers how many heads fit in a torso? 2. So if your head is about as big as being able to fit 3 fingers through, you should have enough wire. If you have a super huge head, you might end up needing to make it a smaller torso. But let's see. I'm going to go ahead and measure this. That's 1 head, 2 heads. So that's pretty close. So right here, I'm going to lock this X in place. How do we lock something in place? By twisting. So I'm going to go ahead and twist 1. Does 1 time twist, does that do it, or should I do it 2 times? 2 times. All right, so let's go ahead and twist it 2 times. I wouldn't do more than 2 twists for this centerpiece. 3 for the arms is okay, but for the middle, let's just go for 2. Now, I've got 2 legs. Now, if you'll notice, it's not exactly even. This one's a little bit longer, and that is okay. We can work with that. So once you've got your body, we're going to work with the legs. Now, how many torsos fit into a leg? Who remembers? If you said 2, that's right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to measure from the shoulder to the twist. So this is the torso. And then I'm going to measure 1. That's 1 body length. And then move it down 2 body lengths. And right where my thumb is, this is about how long a leg should be. I'm going to take the remainder wire and flip it over my thumb. Then I'm going to lock it in place. So I'm going to hold it here. And then I'm going to take my twisting, my hand, I'm going to twist it. How many times to lock it in place? Probably 2 or 3. 1, 2. I like to go 3 just because I feel like it's a little bit more locked in. And then this is a foot. And I need this foot to stand, so I'm going to flip it just like this. You see how I flipped it just like that? So it was like this, and then I just took my thumb and I moved it like that. I'll do the same thing on the other side. So I'm measuring my torso. So I need 2 of these lengths to fit into my leg. 1, stop here, 2, stop here. Now right here, where the foot ends, I'm going to bend it, and I need to lock it in place. So I'm going to take my hand, hold it, take my other hand, and twist. 1, 2, I like to go 3 times, and twist up. Now, one thing you want to be careful of, again, are these little ends. These little ends can snag you, so be careful, be aware of them. Usually they'll be okay, just kind of hanging out there. And this is our little dude. This is our little wire man or person. And at this point, we're going to talk about decorating.